Hello and welcome to our webinar, Empowering Field Service Business Owners, Insights from Thousands of Field Service Software Deployments. This is the third webinar in our Organilog webinar series, where we share valuable insights and tips for field service businesses that want to grow and thrive. My name is Tao, and I'm the service consultant at Organilog, the most comprehensive and affordable field service management solutions for small and medium-sized businesses. And I'm very excited to be your host for this webinar. Joining me today is a special guest, Tony Archambault. He's the founder and CEO of Organilog. Tony will join us in the expert panel discussion to share insights into field service management and success stories from Organilog customers. So in this webinar, we will cover the following topics. First is the understanding of the field service, understanding the significance of field service software. Second part is we will discuss the common challenges faced by business owners during deployments. And next is the strategies for overcoming deployments obstacles. And last is the expert panel discussion. So we will also have the live Q&A session at the end of the webinar, where you can ask us any questions you have about Organilog or field service management in general. And if you have any questions during the webinar, just please type them in the chat box, and we will try to answer as many as possible. And thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoy this webinar and find it useful for your business. And let's get started. So if you are running a cleaning service or contracting maintenance or landscaping company, you know that the daily hustle is real. That's where field service management software steps in as your new best ally. So in this section, we will dive into why field service management is a game changer and how it makes everything smoother. So what is field service management is all about? So at its core, field service management is designed to simplify the complex of operations that field service businesses face daily. So from scheduling jobs and managing field teams to real-time communication and reporting, field service management act as the digital backbone that propel the business forward. So the impact of field service management can be transformative in several ways. First is the efficiency. So field service management eliminates the cumbersome manual processes that often lead to errors and inefficiencies. So job scheduling is the critical aspect of field service is automated and taking into account factors like priority and location. Therefore, optimize routes, reduce travel time, and maximum resource or location. Next is the next impact would be the productivity. So with field service management, every minute counts. So job scheduling becomes a breeze, allowing for more tasks to be completed each day, and also real-time tracking of field service teams ensures that they are where they need to be and when they need to be. As a result, is increase the job completion rates and also more satisfied customers. And the most important part is, most important impact is the customer satisfaction. So faster response time and improved service quality are at the heart of field service management. So real-time communication empowers team to coordinate seamlessly and respond promptly to customer inquiries and resolve the issues swiftly. So the ultimate result of this impact is higher customer satisfaction rates and greater loyalty. So let's take a closer look at how field service management streamlines key operational aspects. I list down here, there's 4 most important operational aspects, which are job scheduling, team management, real-time communication, and reporting and analytics. So field service management software automates job assignments and taking into account factors like priority, location, and technician availability. So it's optimized routes, reducing travel time and fuel costs. Field service teams will receive detailed schedules and eliminating guesswork. Also ensuring they arrive at each job prepared. So regarding the team management, keeping an eye on field service team is made simple with field service management. So you as a manager can track their location in real time and assign tasks on the fly. So and also it's also able to monitor performance metrics. And this level of visibility allows for agile decision making and also resource optimization. And the next one is real-time communications. So communication is the linchpin of successful field service. So field service management software will facilitate real-time messaging between teams and the back office. So whether it's updated job information or customer request or any unforeseen changes, instant communications ensures everyone is on the same page. And last but not least is reporting and analytics. So with field service management solution, data becomes a powerful ally. So managers can access comprehensive reports and analytics, providing insights into the team performance, also job completion rates and customer satisfactions. So informed decision become the norm, the standard, and leading to the continuous improvement. So once you recognize the significance of field service management, adopting field service management solutions is for your business becomes a necessary requirement. However, if you're concerned that implementing a field service management solution is too complex, this webinar is here to address your concerns. So we will provide you the most practical approach, allowing you to prepare for a successful deployment seamlessly, and rather than just feeling apprehensive and avoiding it. So next we will explore the stages of field service software deployments, common challenges faced by business owners during this journey, and also strategies for overcoming deployment obstacles. So successful field service software deployment typical follows a structural process. So we have here three different phases of field service management software deployments, which are pre-deployment preparation, implementation phase, and also post-deployment optimization. So in the pre-deployment preparations, well, in this stage, you and your teams must define your goals, objectives, and also your specific needs of your business operations. The key activities of this phase include needs assessment, vendor selection, data migration, and customizations. So what is needs assessment? So this is the phase that you need to understand the pain points of your current processes and identify areas where software can make the difference. This may involve examining your scheduling efficiency, or communication bottlenecks, or customer data management challenges. So from understanding your the obstacle or any mistake of your processes, then you will understand, or you will know exactly where the field service management software can help you to fix that. The second part of this phase is vendor selection. So you need to research and select a field service software vendor that aligns with your business requirements and budgets. So pay attention to factors like easy to use, or scalability, and their customer support. The third part of this phase is data migrations. So if you are transitioning from manual systems or other software, plan for the data migration. So ensure that your existing data is clean and organized and ready for transfer to the new system. And the last part is customization. So this means that you need to tailor the software to your specific needs. So this might involve configuring settings, creating custom forms, or integrating with existing tools like accounting software or CRM. Move on to the next phase is implementation phase. So in this part, you will start with the installation and training your employees, and pilot testing. In the end is the full deployment. So with preparation in place, it's time to put your deployment plan into actions. So with installations, you will set up the software on your designation devices, ensuring the compatibility and also network connectivity. So once the software is installed in your devices, you need to start training your team on how to use the new software effectively, and make sure that you give them enough time for hands-on training and address any questions or concerns. We also advise our customer to start with the pilot testing first. In this part of this phase, before rolling out the software across the entire organization, it is important to conduct a pilot test with a smaller group of field technicians. So in this part, you can also define a group of technicians that may be more tolerant with the technology, so they are more open and more familiar with the technology, so that it's easier to do the pilot tests to see if the software is really suitable for your business. And this also have to identify any issues or areas for improvement. So once you are confident with the software functionality, is roll it out to all field service personnel. This will have to ensure a smooth transition by offering the ongoing support and guidance. And the last phase, which is also very important, is post-deployment optimizations. So deployment doesn't end with just account configuration. So continuous improvement is crucial to maximizing the benefits of the solutions. And in this stage, it's important to do the performance monitoring, feedback collection from your employees, and also maintain the updates and upgrades from your field service management software vendor. So performance monitoring is that you need to regularly assess how the software is impacting your field service operations. You need to monitor the key performance indicators like job completion times, customer satisfaction, and technician productivity. And with the software itself, you can also easily, like in Organilog, our customers find it's very easy to collect all this data. And from every week or every month, you can look at the data, and also you compare to other times during the year, and then you can see the difference immediately. The second part is the feedback collection, which means that you once you install the software and start to train your team, and also encourage them to use the software, it's also important that to ask them to provide feedback on their experiences with the software. And because as the users, their insight can be very valuable in identifying areas and that needs fine tuning. Last is the updates and upgrades. So stay up to date with software updates and patches. These often include like bug fixings and enhancement that can improve the system performance. For example, at Organilog, we provide at least 10 to 15 improvements and updates every month as our commitment to continuously enhance the customer experience. So every month, our team work on focusing to make sure that our customer have the best experience. So to the next part, we will dive deeper in the challenges that's faced by business owners during deployments. So based on our experience, we list down here some of the most common challenges that most business owners face during the deployment of Organilog, and also with other solutions, so that you can have a clearer picture on, so that you can get prepared for the successful deployment. So we find that one of the most prevalent challenges during the software deployment is resistance to change. And of course, it's not only come from the business owners, but also the employees. So field technicians and staff members may feel uncomfortable adopting new technology, especially if they have been using manual process for years. So this is important that we need to understand that change is often met with resistance, but it is essential to emphasize the benefits of the new software, and we can highlight how it will make their job easier, save time, and also improve their overall work experience. The second challenge is the data integration and migrations. So transitioning from existing system or merging data from various sources can be a complex and daunting task. Inaccurate or incomplete data migration can lead to problems down the line. So it is important that you need to prioritize data quality and cleanliness of the data before the migration. Cleanse and organize the data, removing duplicates or errors. Also consider seeking an expert assistant in the data migration to ensure the smooth transition. The third challenge is the training challenges. So proper training is crucial for a successful adoption of any software, but it can be also challenging to design and implement effective training program for own employees. So our advice is to tailor training programs to different learning styles and preferences. So offer a combination of in-person training session, video tutorials, written guides, and interactive workshops. Allow time for hands-on practice and create a supportive environment where employees can ask questions and seek clarification. Next challenge is the customization complexity. So configuring software to match your specific business process and needs may be complex than initially anticipated. And most of the customers that we, when they started this journey, they often, I would say, overthink too much. Like they may think that the software, the technology may work the same as the manual process, but in fact, field service management software will not just like copy your manual process, but most importantly, they have to simplify it. So it's important that you need to have a relaxed mind and also open mind so that you can like understand and also to learn the new way of manage your business. So you need so the important part to face this challenge is that you need to work closely with your software vendor or an experienced consultant to customize your software effectively. Make sure you prioritize features or configurations that align with your core business requirements. Balance customization with maintaining the simplicity of the software to avoid the unnecessary complexity. The last challenges, the most common challenges is the technical issues. So for example, technical glitches or software bugs or network problems can disrupt operation and cause frustration among users. So make sure that you establish clear lines of communication with your software vendor. Ensure they provide a timely support and assistance in resolving technical issues. Regular updates, the software can also benefit from big fixes and enhancements. Also, make sure that to encourage your field service team to report any technical issues promptly. So based on all these challenges, and to make sure that you are well prepared for the software field service software adoption journey, we prepare here 7 strategies for you to overcoming deployment obstacles. I would say that it's not only overcoming, but also to prepare for it, so that you have a solid mind, also relaxed mind, and don't and later don't feel like overwhelmed with the deployment, because in the end it might be a little bit difficult, but it's gonna worth it. So about the first and the foremost important thing that you need to do before you deploy a software is that you have a dedicated project team. So managing the deployment process can be overwhelming without dedicated team to overseeing it. So it is advised to appoint a project manager and a cross-functional team responsible for various aspects of the deployments. So what needs to be done is clearly define roles, responsibilities, and also timelines. The second strategies would be modular rollout, which means that if you rolling out the software to all team members simultaneously can lead to chaos and disruptions. So it is better to prioritize and basically to divide in different parts or different module or department to implement the software. You can start with 1 or few teams, ensuring that they are comfortable with the technology before expanding to others. So this gradual approach allows for better troubleshooting and also gradual adaptation. The third strategy is employee training workshops. So we find that the traditional training sessions can be boring and ineffective. So the strategy is to organize interactive training workshops where employees can learn by doing. You can use real-life scenarios and encourage questions and hands-on practice. You can also provide training materials for reference after workshops. So this means that you can also not like provide long session of training, but also like to make it more fun, make it add games, and also to maybe provide a regular training session so that it can become a part of your operation. And the fourth strategies is about data backup and recovery. So data loss during migration or unforeseen events can be horrible. And so is it important that while you exporting your data to the new system, is also you need also regularly back up data throughout the deployment process. So implement the robust data recovery procedures and test them to ensure that data can be restored if needed. This is very important, and because just recently we had a talk with one of the customers, and they wanted to move to the Organilog software because they got the problem with one of the software that they are using at the moment, that at sometimes the system just shut down without informing them in advance, which means that during that time, for example, 3 days in a row, you cannot access the data, cannot access the system, and make it very difficult for you to continue your daily tasks. So it is also important, and it's also our advice that before you start a software, you can also ask for the history of the server, active online server, so that you can know if the software is trustworthy enough for you to export and to keep your data. The next strategy would be realistic timelines. So if you rush into a deployment, it can lead to mistake and resistance. So what we suggest is that to develop realistic timelines with buffer periods for unexpected delays. So communicate and make sure that you communicate this timeline to all your team members to set up appropriate expectation. The sixth strategy is compliance and security measures. So, which means that you need to ensure that the software complies with the industry regulations and maintains data security, which is very critical. So what you need to do is to work closely with your software provider to ensure the compliance. Implement the encryptions or access controls and other security measures. It is also advised to regularly audit and update security protocols. And last but also very important strategy is to celebrate small wins. Your employees, it's easy to understand that your employees may feel overwhelmed, and motivation can dip during the deployments. So it is important to celebrate small achievements and milestones to recognize and also rewards, if possible, to your employees for their effort and adaptability. This also have to boost the morale and keeps your team motivated. So to sum up this part, we need to remind you that each business deployment journey is unique. So adapt these strategies to your specific needs and challenges. By taking a practical and organized approach, you can make the deployment process smoother and maximize the benefits of your field service software. So next is our expert panel discussions, which is a very interesting segment of our webinar today. In this discussion, we have the privilege of welcoming a special guest and a true expert in field service management solutions, Tony Archambault. He's the founder and CEO of Organilog. Tony brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, having worked closely with thousands of businesses to successfully deploy field service management software. So our goal is to dive deep into the world of field service software deployments, uncovering valuable insights and strategies for a seamless transition that Tony have during almost 10 years working with Organilog. So Tony, thank you for joining us today. And we are excited to have you share your experience and expertise with our audience. So how are you today?
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Thank you for the introduction of myself. Yeah, just to have a quick reminder, I am indeed the CEO and founder of Organilog. And yeah, I'm doing fine today. So please, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, and yeah, feel free to ask.
Okay, thank you very much. And yes, without further ado, let's get started with our first questions. So can you share a quick example of a business that had a particularly smooth field service software deployment, and what do you think is the made it successful?
Okay, this year I have one clear example. I'm thinking about a company having 20 agencies and more than 100 of people. Depending to this number, it's look like it could be a difficult project. They wanted one solution share among all the agencies, so everybody was going to use the same solution with the same settings and so on. One key success was the small team. I mean, this was there was one guy responsible of the project. He had a backup, and he was inside of the company. He centralized every information. So every people among the 20 agencies were asking him some question about the project, the deployment. They were sharing their fears, and he was trying to answer every piece of questions requested to him. He was like a facilitator, and he tried to give them an answer. We had a meeting every week with him to answer all the questions that he didn't find by himself, and he was just asking help to centralize the answer and to give back the feedback. So what made it successful was this guy and the trust of the other people among this guy. That's I think that's my point.
It sounds like a very smart move from them to have a. I would say he acts like a project manager for that deployments, and it helps a lot because I think it's also easier for you as a software provider to work with only contact points, and so that it can have a clear understanding and communication.
He was efficient for sure, and he had defined a timeline with various milestones, and he succeeded to follow every milestone. And the 3 months deployment project, he succeeded to follow the timeline has quite fine.
That's great. It's 20 agencies and 100 employees, right? It sounds like a very big project.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So move to the next questions is, in your experience, what's a key factor that can speed up the deployment process for businesses?
I will answer by saying what is the worst factor to reduce the deployment. And the worst factor is to add plenty of people doing a lot of meetings, not really taking decision, just spending time to think about everything. But this doesn't help. The key factor is to do the opposite, having a small team of 1, 2, 3 people with efficient people. and to make sure everybody else trust them, and yeah, and just having a small team doing efficient things to deploy as efficiently as possible the project. And I just want to share one advice about what is a meeting. A meeting is not to explain what has been done. A meeting is to take a decision. Just sharing what has been done, it could be an email. The meeting is to take a decision. So a meeting must have a subject. And if the people are talking about something else, someone should make sure that they focus on this subject and they need to try to find a solution during the meeting. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's some advice.
Yeah, it sounds very practical. So I think it's important that before the meeting, everyone have to basically to do the homework, and then after that, we just have a short and also precise and have the solution after the meeting.
Yeah.
And yep. So the third question would be, what's one piece of advice you would give to business owners considering deploying field service software for the first time?
Deploying a software for the first time is most of the time the people didn't realize that there will be difficulties. So there will be difficulties, that's a fact. They must admit it, and they must try to find answer and to avoid to stop the project because there is one grain of sand into the gears. I mean, they must continue and try to find answer. I like the sentence better done than perfect. And typically, it's true. It doesn't have to be perfect on the first time. It just have to be done. And most of the time, even if it's not perfect, something can do the job, and the project need to continue. So that's my piece of advice. Yeah, just try to do something, even if it's not perfect.
So better done than perfect.
Yes, that's the point to remember and to apply.
And and the last question for you, Tony, how can Organilog assist businesses in ensuring a hassle-free deployment experience?
There is a rule from the very first beginning. 10 years ago, we take a decision. Every user is not a number. We want to make sure that the user are not a number, and we make sure that every account has an assistant, a customer success assistant within our team, just to help them. So that's one thing we do to design someone within our team and to try to find with them some answer about their difficulties. And the assistant just try to do also two things. They try to train as well as possible the user, and they try to help on the data integration when we can. One thing that we can't is, let's say, for example, we can't really help if there is a problem with the printer. Someone asked us some help about their printer. It happened, but yeah, we can't help for everything, but if we can, we will.
Yeah, that's the reason why there's no doubt that I think one of the most proud part of Organilog that I can feel is the customer service. Is like everyone in the success team can try to have the customers, and it's something that you can feel that is the passion for helping businesses in this journey. So thank you, Tony, for sharing invaluable insights and expertise. Your experience in this field service industry and your dedication is to simplified operations for businesses are really admirable. And we appreciate your contributions to these discussions. So thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. And that was a really good presentation. I'm glad to have shared some advice and some feedbacks about past projects.
Yeah, thank you very much. So to the audience of this webinars, just remember that successful deployment is not just about adopting the new technology, but it's also a strategic shift that can revolutionize your business. So thank you for attending our webinar today, and for and also for our guests, our special guests, for the insightful answers and advice. We hope that you gain some valuable knowledge and tips for your business. So if you would like to receive a record of today's webinar, please just leave your email or contact us. We will send you the recording, and also to answer any questions that you have after the webinar. And if you also want to get more information or suggest us about the next webinar topics, please reach out to us through our website or media channels. We would love to hear from you soon. And have a great day, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.